Good evening. It's time for a MASH monthly meeting here at Veritas in Bloomfield, New Jersey. I got myself a Pilsner. It's delicious.
As I call your name, just raise your hand. We have Dan Carrigan. We have Brian Hoppy. We have Paul Jones. And me. That's it. Yeah, we're missing two people. Next, I'm going to turn this over to Dan. He's going to talk about our meadery trip. That was a little over a week ago.
So last weekend we went, there's Joe, he was there. We went to the Stonehouse Meadery in Stroudsburg. I always want to call it Easton for some reason, Pennsylvania. We went as an overnighter. Some people came as a day trip. We talked to the owner there and he showed us around. We got a lot of samples out of fermenters. We got a big grand tour. Had a good dinner, came back, saw a band, had more mead. It was a good time, and what we would like to see next year is plan this in advance to either do this trip similar to it, whatever, and see how many people we can get. We got about 8, 9 people this time. We want to try to get more next time. We had a good time.
Nice.
The other thing, the owner did say he would be willing to come out and speak to us at one of our meetings if we wanted. He says they are closed on Tuesdays, so we were thinking maybe if we had a meeting at one of the breweries in Hackettstown, that's about halfway between where he is and where we are, so that would be convenient. And he said he coordinated, he'd be happy to come talk to us.
So we talk about making mead and whatever other questions we have.
Yeah, really good guy.
The mead was, I would say, good, not great, but he gave us fermenter samples of 2 improvements he's doing, which were very good. So I think he's working in the right direction.
Nice.
He's taking a lot of customer input on changing some recipes.
Very cool.
So I have a feeling it's going to come out really good.
Yeah, I don't think it's been open a really long time, so he's open feedback.
Got it.
Yeah, he spent a lot of time with us.
It's been open for at least 2 years.
Okay, cool. We're doing the Advent calendar again this year. You guys didn't do the Advent calendar last year. It was fantastic. The idea is everybody contributes a case worth of their own home brew. We then mix up all the cases so everybody gets one bottle from everybody else that's participating. Then every day in December we jump on a Discord call, we crack a beer, we talk about who brewed what, we all drink a beer together. It's a blast. Eric is taking sign up soon, I'm assuming?
Yes,
so
he will post something on Discord. He wanted to organize earlier than last year, so hopefully we can get 24 different home brews for each of the 24 days.
Yeah.
Last year we had to mix in some commercial samples. Does it have to be beer or could I do mead?
Meads
It's
are
a
fine.
holiday mead, it's absolutely fine, thank you. Sure.
Meats and ciders would be welcome.
So keep an eye out for that. We do want to start getting it organized, even though it's only April. That was the idea.
it gives you time to brew your big Christmas beers.
Yeah.
Right. For anybody that needs more time, it's not going to be an issue. Next, Paul's going to talk about a whole bunch of different competition things. That you are ready for, right?
Yes, this one.
There we go.
And actually, shortstop that and say we have some masterful brewer updates.
Okay.
Because we got badges in from the first quarter. So, Rich, present to you your recognized badge. Michael also got a badge. He's novice ranked, but he's not here. And Eric got his gold star or bronze star from last year for being top 5% in New Jersey.
Very nice.
Now, competition updates. We had some competitions. So I'm going to rip through the list. Let's hold applause for the end because we had a lot of people place. This is mixed from Garden State and Nationals. So we had Eric Blaine with the first for a Belgian Dark Strong, the first for a Wood Age, both at Garden State, and the first for Baltic Porter at Nationals, first round. Chris Johnson, we got a second for a Spicer Vegetable Beer at Garden State, the second for a Goose, and a third for a Double Bock at Garden State. Keith has a second for a Wee Heavy at Garden State, a second for a Belgian Dark Strong at Garden State, and a third for a Wee Heavy at Nationals. Steve Doremus got a second for an Amber Ale at Garden State. Jordan got a first for a fruit beer at Garden State. Alex got first for a fruit beer at Nationals and third for a fruit beer at Garden State. Dan got second for a Belgian Gold Strong at Garden State. Did I miss anybody in building this list?
Good.
Excellent. Congratulations. All right, so where that leads us for all our competitions, we have our Bodie update. Keith remains in first with 36 points. Eric has started to close the gap. There is now no longer a 36-point gap behind Keith. Eric has 15 points in second. And Chris and Alex are tied with 7 points in third. For our TTB competition, Alex is in first with 7 points. Steve is in second with 3. Everybody else, you're tied for third. And for the Grand Slam, as my phone decides to shut off, Eric is in first place with 15 points. Grand Slam is the 3 New Jersey competitions at Nationals. Keith is in second with 7, and Chris, it says you're in third, but I think you're tied for second with 7.
All right, nice.
That's what I got.
On May 10th is the BJCP tasting exam. Chris, you want to say a couple words?
May 10th is the tasting exam. I am woefully short of people signed up for the exam. Extraordinarily short. The people who had signed up for it aren't panning out. So anybody who's looking up their score, who already has a ranking, please let me know.
Where is the exam?
It'll be at the Wine Barrel on Saturday, May 10th, probably starting 12 to 12:30. But that's last year.
Last year we did a rails and ales. It was a pub crawl. It was train race. We all jumped on the New Jersey Transit, went to 4 different breweries, spent all day Saturday doing that. We got lunch when we started. We got dinner when we finished. We had a great time. We're doing it again this time on the light rail system in Jersey City. So we're going to hit a couple of breweries and a couple other places with good beer selections and food. And I've been informed that there might be a strike for the New Jersey Transit system right around that same date. So if all else fails, we're going to walk and take Ubers. We're going to make it happen.
Thank you, Dan. Next month, our meetings at Double Tap. We'll have a brewers duel. We will have Keith presenting on extract brewing, and then we will, time permitting, have a CSI from New Jersey Mini Mash, Home Rally, and Malt Madness. We didn't mention Malt Madness because we're judging this year. They don't have a Saturday date. They're doing all evening sessions at different locations. Most of them are in Pennsylvania. The only one in New Jersey is on the date of our May meeting, so I don't think any of us are going to judge. But I do know, what's that? Is that tonight? Yeah. Okay.
So is that happening?
But I know people are entering, so that will be included in our CSI for next month.
It's a MASH monthly meeting. It's a brewers duel. It's a my bock. There's A and B. This is A.
Joe, where's that beer you got for me? It never got delivered from Treehouse.
Place your order. I'm going again. This is B.
You have your family up there? You just like to go there.
Friend.
All right. The winner was beer A, but it was a close competition. You got both votes on both sides, and beer A was the K.
Paul and I both agree that 2/3 B, 1/3 A was our preferred. We like the one. I had called up my recipe, 1 second. 68% bark Pilsner environment, 21% just brewer's malt. I think I ran out of the dark Pilsner environment, so I made good with what I had. I threw a pound of honey malt in because I have all this honey malt that I've won at competitions and I wanted to get rid of some of it. And 8 ounces of naked golden oats, which is probably why I'm getting more haze than I prefer. That was only about 3.6%, so just a small amount of naked oats for head retention. On the hops, I did 20 grams of Chinook for 40 minutes, 20 grams of Crystal for 15, and 36 grams of Crystal in a hop stand. And I don't get any of that Crystal. Like it has like almost no hop flavor at all to me. I wish it had more. Look, I used straight up tap water with some lactic acid to acidify. I used the Lallemand Nova Lager yeast again It was in my fridge from prior competition giveaway. My mash profile was I mashed it at 122, ramped it up to 146, then 156 to try and get a nice complete fermentable wort. Ramped out at 168, and then I did this back on, I don't remember, but it was a crap ton long ago, and then just let it sit. So I was kind of disappointed that it hadn't dropped brighter in all that time.
Was it snowing outside?
Blame the oats, huh? Well, it didn't snow this year, and I didn't brew it last year, but why was the date? I don't know. It's not true. Somewhere in here, there's a date, but
Okay,
I think that's it.
thanks. Paul?
Cool. I went a little more traditional German style than that.
I went from what's in my freezer.
So I was 36% bark of Pils, 41% bark of Vienna, 21% bark of Muse. And then it was about, I didn't update the hops because I didn't have all the Hallertau Mittelfrüh that was called for, so I did half Hallertau Mittelfrüh and half Spalt. And then used the German OYL 106. So that was the lager yeast. It was single infusion mash 150. I brewed it on Dan's side, so thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan. Now we're going to select the next brewers for July. Chris, you get to choose the first.
Oh, by the way, anyone want more of A? I have a whole keg here. Competition is, can you brew it? You will be judged with how close are you to replicating this beer. Literally, this beer. People who are interested, let us know. We'll send you home with a bottle. Your mission, should you choose to accept, is to make this beer, and that will be the rubric. What we're going to do tonight is pour out. So people who are interested, who's actually thinking they're going to brew this beer?
It's a pretty good show.
I like this. I like this. On the fences in the yard. So if you're in, let's first go by aroma. What are you pulling out of this? Bread. Bread, yeast. What else? Anything else? A little bit of raisin perhaps? Caramel? It is very cool. It is very cool. Start with the northern brown recipe and then say, what do I want out of this beer? How am I going to get this beer? Nice. That's a fair point. By the this style was in the 2015 BJCP style guideline. So if you Google BJCP 2015 style guideline, Northern Brown, you will find this style. The 2021 ones, they changed it.
I'm always envious of MASH. I was a home brewer myself, so I probably competed against a ton of you guys. Rich is a friend of mine, and I'm glad you guys came back. But this is kind of what it's all about, to me at least, and it should be to a lot of other people. Because when I was home brewing, the hobby was booming, and now we're seeing a drop off. My club, there's one member left, and there's Matt. So it's awesome to see. I always check in on MASH and see what you guys are doing, and please keep it up. Because us pro brewers need guys like you, and vice versa. So it's much appreciated what you guys do, and it's awesome. A little bit about the brewery, real quick. I won't drag on. We just celebrated 1 year in October. We didn't go bankrupt. It's going great down here. I do want to say there are a lot of breweries closing, but I think it's just a transition that craft beer is in right now. This kind of happens every 10 years, and I believe that we're going to get out of it, and it's going to be resurrected in a different way. Luckily, Neil and I have created a really really nice community here in Bloomfield, especially around soccer, believe it or not. Wasn't really our intention to begin with. I played soccer growing up, I played in college, and I coached at the high school level. I started watching games here, and then all of a sudden it caught on like fire. So for Red Bull games, you can't walk into this place. That Kolsch that we have on now, we brewed it 3 times since middle of February. That's 5 barrels, that's 15 barrels since the middle of February. Soccer fans like to drink, and helps me needle out. So yeah, we're kind of planting our flag as a soccer brewery in New Jersey and running with it. We're having a great time. We are a smaller system. I used to brew at Jersey Girl on a 30 barrel system for a couple years. When I was hitting the homebrew circuit, I kind of took the jump to the commercial side first. Kind of cut my teeth to make sure I didn't blow myself up, because it's a little different on a commercial scale. A lot of different physics and a lot of science. It's kind of different. So I cut my teeth over at Jersey Girl with Chuck and those Hackettstown crew. They're really good friends of mine. I wanted to start a 5-barrel brewery here because I could walk to work. And when these came in, I thought they were cute compared to Chuck's 16-barrel things at Jersey Girl. But this kind of makes us versatile in the sense of we always have something new on tap. So that still kind of sparks the home brewing spirit in me, because I get to brew all these different beers. In year 1, we brewed 37 different styles of beer. So we're brewing just about 2 times a week, and we're what we call flipping tanks. So I think this is kind of the future in craft beer. It's the smaller, embedded in your local community pub, and that's what we're doing here. Appreciate it.
We all got together, we made a pale ale, we made 11 gallons of it. There were 10 people plus me, and everybody got to go home with 1 gallon of it and ferment it on their own. So there were different yeast used, there were different temperatures used, there was all sorts of, there was somebody shoving a bunch of Belgian candy sugar into it and making a Belgian pale ale out of it. So we've got all these different versions of pale ale, and we've got them over here in the corner, so we can grab some glasses and